So I've been listening to Brene Brown's new book, Strong Ground. And if you haven't gotten a copy of it yet, go grab one. I'm an audiobook person. She reads it. She's amazing. Go get it. There's this moment in Strong Ground where Brene Brown says that having executive presence or getting more executive presence is some of the worst career advice that she's ever received. And I literally sat there and like, oh my gosh, I think I know what she's about to say, because that is what we are talking about in this episode. And this is why I love Brene Brown so much, because she's absolutely right. Here's the thing. Have you ever gotten that feedback? Like, you need to have more executive presence. Okay. So what the heck does that actually mean, right? What am I supposed to do with that? And if somebody presses, if you actually ask for specifics, like, what does executive presence mean? It's like, well, you just need to have a little more, executive presence. Come on. Okay. What? Brene Brown calls us out for what it really is. And I love this line because I love this line so much because she says, and let me read this to you. She says, I have zero interest in looking, acting, or behaving like the people who built the tables that I'm not supposed to be at. Yeah, absolutely. That's so true, Brene. Oh my gosh. So today we are not doing that version of executive presence, the one that somebody made up to keep us out of the room. We're going to do the version of executive presence that actually works because it builds you from the inside. And this is your executive presence. It's you. So let's go. So, hey, everybody, welcome back to Women in Sales Leadership. I'm your host, Amy Evans, and I am so glad you're here today. Today, we are landing on this whole Brene Brown thing because I think it's worth saying out loud to get into the meat of this. She's so right about executive presence. The way it's been traditionally defined, it's like dudes in a navy blue suit or, their button downs and their khakis. I'm imagining them like kicking it at a freaking golf club. And if you're a golf club person, I'm not bashing on you, but this is like what goes in my head, right? She's right, because the way it's traditionally been defined, it's been this completely vague measuring stick, which basically is like people who look like us. Well, guess what? By nature of being in the room as a women in sales leadership, you probably don't look like them. And that's the whole point. We're trying to get more women in sales leadership. So this is how we get access to it. And I think so many of you have felt this, been on the receiving end of this kind of feedback that is just like nebulous and not specific and not helpful. And it doesn't do anything for you because there's nothing for you to actually grab onto and do anything with. So what Brene says is she's got this concept in Strong Ground that she calls pocket presence. Pocket presence. So like you're in the pocket. You can have it in your pocket. You can bring it out at any time, right? And I think what she really means is that you are being grounded in your own values. You're reading the situation and you're being totally clear about how you are showing up when the pressure is on, because the pressure is always on, right? So you don't lose yourself. And it's not about how you look in a room, although you do have to take a shower and look a little bit of the part. There's an element of that we just can't get out of, right? But it's more about how you show up from the inside out. And that is what I'm talking about today. So here's the thing. I am keeping the name, the 5-minute executive presence check, right? And the reason I'm keeping it is because this is still the language that everybody's using right now, but you're going to be on the inside because you're going to know what it really is. I want you to be fluent in this, and I want you to own it, and I want you to do it on your own terms, because I'm giving you today a practice that's going to build real presence for you, not some kind of performance where you're pretending to be some other version of you or doing it like some other leader who's not you, right? You being present and having this executive presence in your pocket is just you being you, fully grounded, clear, ready to rock and nail it in whatever situation you need to rock and nail it in, right? So let's get into it. It'll take 5 minutes. So this is the problem that nobody talks about, right? You are running from meeting to meeting. You expect that everybody working for you fully prepares for their conversations. They prepare for conversations with clients. They prepare for conversations with prospects, right? But you probably aren't preparing yourself. And I know this because I did it. And what's terrible about it is that when I was a new leader, I prepared like crazy because I was so nervous, right? I was learning. I didn't know what the hell I was doing and I was figuring stuff out. And I prepared like crazy. As I got more experienced in my leadership, right, I had more experience. And so the things that I used to prepare for, I didn't need to anymore because I knew that cold. And I got lulled into believing that I could just wing it and walk into the meeting or the situation and to be ready to roll. There's an element of your experience that will allow you to wing it. But this part, what I'm about to show you and talk about in the 5 minutes that it takes, and you can even probably get it down to 1 minute because you're efficient, right? This is the kind of presence that elevates you as an experienced leader and gets you out of winging it and allows you to rock running from one meeting to the next or one Zoom or call to the next and be showing up fully in a way that is you. Fully you. Hey, quick break for a second. If you are a sales leader who is ready for your next step up, and I'm talking about leading other sales leaders, becoming a director, a VP, even a CRO, then this is for you. I'm hosting a free workshop. You can grab your spot at amyevanscoaching.com. This is for sales leaders who are in tech and are wanting to land jobs where you can earn anywhere from $500,000 to $1 million a year. And again, you can grab your spot at amyevanscoaching.com. Okay, back to the show. So I botched this so many times. I thought that I could just wing it. And here's what you need to know. Here's what you need to remember, okay? So many of us are running around being afraid, like people are judging me. I have news for you. Yes, they are judging you. Why? Because the human brain is conditioned to judge for safety reasons, right? Something is safe, something's not safe. Well, we've evolved now where hopefully we're not always having to evaluate safety to more like, do we like this? Do we agree with this? And it's not this, it's going to be you. Do we like you? Do we agree with you? Do we trust you? Do you know what the hell you're talking about? Right? So they're asking themselves these questions about you, and you knowing that puts you in a position of power, remembering that. Just because you've been doing this for a while now doesn't mean that you aren't still being judged every single time you show up. What is powerful is knowing that that judgment is happening and then taking the time to get yourself in the moment, pull that presence out of your pocket so that you can show up and be the version of you, and bring your power to the conversation in a way that makes you feel strong, confident, capable. And the person who's on the receiving end of that communication for you, that's what they get. That's how it lands for them. So you know this, and don't forget it, because you got to do it every time. Just because you show up once, they're always watching you. Don't freak out. It's okay. You already know this. You've been dealing with this for a long time. You get 7 seconds, they say, to have an impression. And even in relationships, you're still being evaluated. Even when there's high trust, there's always a question going on. And the truth is, you are walking into situations where you don't know all the players in the room every single time. And so every time you walk in, there's somebody who doesn't know you, who doesn't know anything about you. And you have 7 seconds to show them. So what they are doing is they are going to be looking at your physical appearance. We can't escape that. I'm sorry. I wish we could. I think it's bullshit, but it's just what's so. So we can either get mad and yell at the sky about it, or we can just accept it and move on, right? Do what you got to do to feel confident in your appearance and your body. It matters. It does. So they're looking at how you look. They're looking at your body language, and then they're listening to your voice and your speech patterns. And this is why you cannot wing it. Don't do what I did. I used to do this until I had a coach call me out on it and say, Amy, you're great, but you're not that great. You still have to prepare. So here's this 5-minute executive presence check. I'll slow down so that you can get it. So it's 5 steps. You can give yourself a minute to do it. Hopefully you have 5 whole minutes between each meeting. If not, you can probably compress it down to like 60 seconds. So this is step 1. Number 1, you are going to ground yourself. Like, I have a standing desk. If you don't, it's okay. But it's powerful even if you take a second, sit in your chair or stand, whatever. Get your feet on the floor, fully on your floor, and give yourself one full breath where you go out of like holding your breath like most of us do all day long at work, where you actually breathe one breath, one in and one out. And the way to do it properly is to take one big breath in, hold it, and then let it go. Let that exhale be just a little bit longer than the inhale. If you've studied or done any breath work, you already know that that's the biological signal to your brain that you can calm down. And it gives you just 1 second, 3 seconds to breathe and do one big breath. So you've got your big breath. And if you want to, you can even like give your eyes a rest from staring at your computer screen and close them or soften your gaze, whatever that means. The meditators talk about it, so maybe some of you know. But you close your eyes, you do this breath, and you acknowledge, like, where are you right now? I'm in my office. I'm standing at my desk, and I'm speaking to you. That's what I'm doing. Gets me present back to what's actually happening, not all the other stuff that's going on, right? So just notice what's going on, no judgment. So that's step number 1. Ground yourself. Take one deep breath. Close your eyes. This is all can happen in a matter of seconds. Remind yourself where you are, what you're doing. Get back in your body. Clear the clutter. Whatever just happened in the meeting before or in the phone conversation before or, whatever's happening at your home office, right? Name it. What is going on in your brain right now that isn't a part of this next conversation you're about to walk into? Just give it a name. And as soon as you name it, it stops having some grip over you. If you need to jot it down to get it out of your brain so that you can remember what the hell it is that you're supposed to do next, get that down. Voice notes. I love them better than writing down personally. So you name it and then you set that aside for you. So that's not coming into this meeting with you. And it'll be there when you're done. You can't show up fully if you're still mentally and emotionally back in the conversation that you just had. While you're in this moment, step 3, anchor your why. Why does this next meeting matter to you, for you? What do you want to walk out of this next meeting having created? What outcome? And how do you want people to feel? What's your outcome for this conversation? What's your intention, if you will? Okay, one word. What's your intention? Then name your power. This can be done so fast. Name your power. You're like, Amy, what the hell are you talking about? Name my power. Say your power out loud or write it down if you want to. The one thing that you know to be true about you as a leader. Not what you hope, what you know. This is a reset. This gets you back in the facts. I'm a successful leader. I'm a powerful leader. I'm a caring leader. I'm a servant leader. I'm a strategic leader. Yeah. I think you get the picture. Those are, name one thing that's true about you, like reinvigorates you with like, this I know is true. I know this is true about me. I'm a successful leader. I'm a confident leader. I'm an excellent communication leader, right? Fill in the blank. This is a fact. Set your intention with one word or one sentence. How do you want to feel in that room? And how do you want to feel in that room? Do you want to feel grounded? Do you want to feel curious? Do you want to feel bold, firm, warm? You get to decide the temperature that you're bringing to this conversation. You set the intention, your intention. How do you want to feel? Okay. And why this works is you now get to have this ritual that you can do every single time you're about to walk into a challenging conversation or a tough conversation. You get reminded of who you really are and what you want to bring to that conversation, and you show up totally present for those people in the room. And they are going to feel that. They're not going to feel you being distracted. They're not going to feel you being back in the meeting that you just walked out of. And this is going to be something that you just build by doing. Give it a try. Try it once, right? And I'm going to walk you through the steps once again. So this is so powerful to do it when you are headed into something that's pretty high stakes for you. Like, are you leading a quarterly business review for your team? Or are you presenting it to your boss? Are you in a panel interview for yourself? Like, you're the candidate? Are you interviewing somebody? Is there a hard, challenging conversation that you need to have with someone on your team or a customer? Challenging negotiation call, right? You can do this at any point, wherever you are. You're sitting in the car, you're taking a break in the bathroom. Who gets to go to the bathroom? I don't know. I always felt like that was, if I was lucky, I got to go to the bathroom twice a day in the office, but TMI, Amy, you're welcome. It takes 5 minutes or less. So the more you do it, the faster it works because you're starting to build more trust in yourself. This is your pocket presence. It's called presence for a reason. You are getting yourself in the room with intention, with a goal, with a reminder of who you are, and then you execute. I'm going to review these things for you so that you can hear them again and be prepared. If you want to bookmark this episode and come back to it, I recommend you do it because this is what it will do. Number one step, ground yourself. Feet on the floor. One slow breath in, hold, and long exhale. Remind yourself where you actually are, wherever you physically are, mentally, emotionally. Just notice. Clear the clutter. Whatever happened in the conversation, the meeting that you just left, jot it down, let it go. Name it, let it go, because you've got to move on and get into this next conversation. Step 3, anchor your why. Why does this next conversation matter to you? What do you want to walk out of this room having created? What outcome do you want for it? How do you want people to feel? Number 4, name your power. Say it out loud or write it down. I'm a powerful leader. I'm a successful leader. Those are true about you. Say it out loud. Then set your attention. Step 5, set your attention. What's this intention for this conversation? How do you want to feel in that next meeting? Do you want to feel grounded? Do you want to be curious? Do you want to be bold? Do you want to be firm? Do you want to be warm? You get to decide. So you have this tool in your back pocket. You can use it anytime you want. It only takes 5 minutes. And this is exactly the kind of work that I do with leaders who are inside the Unlocked Executive Sales Leadership Program. And if you are a sales leader who is ready to make a next big career move, either internally or externally, or you're in transition, go over to my site, amyevanscoaching.com. And for listeners of this podcast, I'm gifting you a one-on-one planning session to help you plan your next career move. So I want to leave you with this one last thing. Executive presence is not you putting on a performance or being someone that you're not. It's knowing yourself well, taking a couple of seconds to prepare as you move through these conversations. Do it with deliberation. Do it with intention. And I want to thank you so much for listening today. And if you know another woman who would get something from listening to this episode and who is working on her own executive presence, I know you're so generous. Send this episode today so she can get what you just got and you can give a little gift to her. So text it, Slack it, tag her, whatever. She will be grateful. And I'm grateful to you. Go be the leader that you know you are. Take care. Hey there. Thank you so much for joining today. I know you're a super generous person And a gift that you could give to someone you know, a friend, a colleague that you think would enjoy today's episode would be to send them a text, share a link to this episode with them. I do produce this show myself, and every time you share it, it helps the podcast grow and it supports the work that I do here. Also, if you happen to be a sales leader who is ready to take your next step up into a leader of leaders role, whether it's via promotion or you're ready to go and get that new job at a new company, I'm talking about director roles, VP roles, even CRO roles in B2B tech, where you can earn $500,000 to $1 million or more. The workshop I'm giving is an hour-long workshop. It's totally free. You'll learn the process that I teach my clients on how to effectively position themselves, effectively network, and own their executive presence so they can land the job and get hired and promoted into these big sales leadership roles in B2B tech. If this sounds like you, come grab your spot. It's waiting for you at my website, amyevanscoaching.com, where you can unlock what's next for you.